That's why you should be clapping on it, because that is a period that's going on. It's real, people. It's real. WorldPride has always been a moment when human rights defenders from around the world gather in solidarity. But this year, many around the globe have been silenced, afraid to travel, to speak, or to be seen. That should disturb us, and it should mobilize us. Because we don't get to win unless everyone wins. We are living, breathing community of the LGBTQIA2S+, and every single one of us matters. And we will not ever forget our allies. This movement demands all of us working together. When Dr. King marched on Washington in 1963, right here on these steps, he wasn't just speaking for one group, he was planting a seed for all of us. And we must also remember those we've lost, especially during the AIDS epidemic, when silence and stigma killed far too many. That was not just a health crisis, it was a political abandonment of our people. And still, like then, today, we rise. I say this not just as a leader, but as a black gay man. I know what it feels like to walk in this world, in this body, carrying both joy and burden. That's why today means so much. Because of today, I am joined by my father, who is 93 years old, and my mother, who is 86 years old. They are here, over here. They're with me, standing in pride and walking with all of you and all of us. This is what legacy and love looks like. So as we stand here today, united in purpose, in pride, in protest, let me leave you with this. This is not just a rally. This is a beginning. We must march towards freedom together and let WorldPride 2025 be the moment we made it count. This is our time. This is our day. Happy WorldPride, everyone.
Greetings, everyone, and happy WorldPride. Pride is a
Bayadat shade Wayne Crankman shit is a than and slobet and he bashes sheen Twitter genie dash shade Hache Dashnal Sedajol the Hasnandi I see Nasha Benakona Shanigi Abenai Yamahasa Big Yedi Kishadoni. So then again, thank you so much. My name is Dee Crank. I'm the proud member of the Navajo Nation, the Diné people. I'm truly honored to stand before you today and have been invited and given permission by the local indigenous people to offer the land acknowledgement. Because I'm not a descendant of the original inhabitants of the land, what is now known as Washington, D.C., I felt it was essential to seek the guidance and consent before speaking on their behalf. I had the privilege of speaking with members of the local indigenous community, and through our conversation, I came to better understand the deep, sacred connection they have with this land, a connection that exists long before colonization. And so with respect, now I offer the following land acknowledgement on their behalf. We begin with the land, not as the ground beneath, but as grandmother, she who holds our bones, our stories, our steps. We call the four directions east, where the sun
allies and advocates. Welcome to WorldPride. My name is Bianca Sprague, and I serve as Executive Director of WorldPride Washington, D.C. What an honor it is to stand before you today and look out to the sea of vibrant colors, joyous faces, and resolute spirits. all gathered here today to strengthen our resolve, build connections across continents, and of course, show our pride. I join you today not just as the leader of Transpride Washington, D.C., but as a tapestry of identities woven together. I am a proud transgender woman, navigating a journey of self-discovery and affirmation that has brought me profound joy and unwavering purpose. I am an immigrant, understanding firsthand the complexities of navigating new lands and building a life with resilience and hope. I am a Filipina, rooted in a rich culture of family and community. And it is from these intersections that I find my strength, my voice, and my commitment to our collective liberation. As we stand here today, let us pause and reflect on the shoulders upon which we stand. I want to offer a profound and heartfelt thank you to the trans activists in the past. To Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, Ms. Major Griffin Gracie, and the countless others whose names may not be etched in history books, but whose courage and defiance paved the way for every single one of us. They fought when it was dangerous, they spoke when they were silenced, and they were dared to dream of a world where we could all live authentically. Yeah. We are walking on the pavement they created, benefiting from the battles they waged, and it is our sacred duty to continue their legacy. The history of LGBTQ+ communities is a testament to our unbreakable spirits. We have faced persecution, discrimination, and violence, yet we have always risen stronger and more united. Across the globe, LGBTQ+ activists are doing incredible work. Think of the brave souls in Uganda fighting draconian anti-LGBTQ+ laws, risking their lives for basic human rights. Consider the activists in Poland resisting the rise of LGBT-free zones, from the tireless advocates in India pushing for trans rights and legal recognition, to the grassroots organization in Chile defending inclusive policies. Their courage inspires us all. They remind us that the struggle for liberation is intercontinental and global. And within this vibrant tapestry of activism, transgender individuals are leading the charge, both here in the U.S. and internationally. Yeah. I see you. Here, trans activists are at the forefront of legislative battles, advocating for healthcare access, fighting discriminatory bathroom bills, and demanding recognition and respect in all aspects of our lives. Internationally, trans leaders are building resilient communities, providing vital support services, and raising awareness about the unique challenges faced by trans people in their respective countries. Their dedication is monumental, their impact immeasurable. Yet, despite this triumph and the unwavering dedication of activists, the transgender community continues to face immense challenges and struggles. In my homeland, the Philippines, while there is a vibrant trans community, legal protections are still lacking, and trans people often face discrimination in employment, housing, and access to health care. The struggle for an anti-discrimination bill continues, and societal acceptance, while growing, is not universal. And here in the United States, we are witnessing an unprecedented assault on trans rights, particularly targeting trans youth. State legislators are passing barrage of discriminatory bills, restricting access to healthcare, banning athletes from sports, and erasing trans identities from school curricula. These attacks are not just legislative, they are deeply personal, inflicting harm, fear, and despair upon our community. Beyond the legal and societal challenges, trans people face unique difficulties when traveling, both locally and internationally. Imagine the anxiety of navigating airports with an ID that doesn't match your gender presentation, the fear of being stopped and questioned, or the dread of entering a country where your very existence is criminalized. This is the reality for many trans individuals, a constant reminder of the vigilance and resilience required simply to exist. But even in the face of these challenges, we persist. WorldPride is not just a celebration. It is a declaration. A declaration that we will not be silenced, we will not be erased, and we will not stop fighting until every single trans person everywhere in the world can live a life of dignity, safety, and joy. Let us continue to work with love, with courage, and with an unshakable belief in the future where all identities are celebrated, all lives are valued, and all of us are truly free. Thank you and happy WorldPride.
Please welcome Jamie Ballesteros, Chair of Asian Pacific Islander Queers United for Action, DC.
Aloha kako. What an honor to stand before you in the city of ideas and power as WorldPride culminates its 50th anniversary. Our collective heartbeat these past few weeks reverberates louder than ever, and I hope you've taken a moment to take it all in as a powerful promise for our future and our diversity of pride. I am a proud representative of the Asian Pacific Islander Queers United for Action and the coalition of queer and trans API Pride organizations. And for 27 years, we've empowered API folks here in the district to do great things. Like DC Pride, we stand on the shoulders of giants and cultivate spaces where API queer folks find community to thrive and to become the scientists, the renowned authors, the elected officials, the advocates, the global travelers and innovators that they eventually become. Thank you. We just wrapped up about 20 API Pride events as of yesterday night this season. Thank you. And we still have 8 more yet to go. And what's even greater is every event that we've held so far has been a packed room. And it's with immense joy and quite a few tears that to see this vibrant community thrive and celebrate in queer API joy. Thank you. For those that have lived in the district, you know how rare it is to find a room filled with API folks. And to have 20 venues over the last few weeks packed to the brim with folks has been a great honor, and it's a testament to our hunger and our belonging and our power of community collaboration. And in these challenging times, right, our resilience shines, right? Look around you. This is an opportunity for every queer individual listening to believe in who you are and believe in your value system, because you are not a burden. Your identity is not a burden. It's a strength. Right? Your existence is what lights the path for everyone behind us and for the next generation of leaders. And so there are 30 API Pride events is pretty crazy, right?
1,000.
So why do we do this? Right? Why? Because everyone deserves a space to be celebrated. And we do it for the queer API youth, for those that come out later in life to find their way, for the elders on these panels, and for everyone who spoke before us, who fought for these freedoms, and to celebrate those who are not here, those who can't be here, and those who are not longer with us.
To this number.
You're going to hear from a lot of great people today, and they have a lot of great inspiring messages. And what I want you to take away is to carry their stories, their hopes, their dreams, and live authentically for them. And as WorldPride closes, my heart, my tears are overfilled with queer and API joy. And I leave this with you and my board to do something great. Not just great as in monumental, but greatness in your daily life. To be unapologetically yourself, to extend a hand to those that need it, to champion justice, to share stories and listen to others' stories, and build spaces where joy and belonging flourish. I'm J.D. Ballesteros, Chair of Aqua DC, and I'm proud to have been part of 50 years of Pride in DC. So let's live fearlessly, let's live boundlessly, and build a world where every single one of us is unequivocally welcome. Happy Pride.
Welcome to participants from the National Trans Visibility March that have joined us. And now, welcome Sophie Fisher, co-founder and organizer of DC Trans Picnics.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Pride. My name is Sophie Fisher. I'm honored to be here with all of you. If you're a DC trans woman, there's a pretty good chance we're already friends. But for everyone else, I'm a local organizer who throws a lot of parties. But they aren't just parties. For a lot of the DC dolls, these parties are a place to build community. We're always hearing about how queer community is so important. I've seen it play out in my own life and the lives of loved ones over and over. For trans people in particular, finding each other is life-saving. Knowing we're not alone, having people to cry with, having people to party with, is life-saving. We're also hearing a lot about how Pride was a riot. And something I realized is that these two statements are saying the same thing. Our pride is not something to be taken for granted. It's something that must be fought for and won. Pride was a riot, and so am I. So are we. The world wants us to be afraid right now, but when I look at my sisters, and when I look at all of you, and I look around and I see your faces, I know there is nothing stronger than the love we have for each other. We take care of each other, and we keep us safe. One of my favorite books is called The Faggots and Their Friends Between Revolutions by Larry Mitchell. It reminds us of two things. The first is that we will get our asses kicked. The second is that we will win. What does it mean to win? Well, the book says it's like surviving, only better. Getting our asses kicked and then winning elevates the entire enterprise of making revolution. So, as we continue into the rest of Pride Month and beyond, let's be real. Things are really scary right now, and they're going to get scarier. We know what we're up against. Even the queer elders I work with agree that the stakes have never been higher. And now, I'm not only talking about trans and queer liberation. I'm talking about all of us, about the rights of people everywhere to lead safe and happy lives. I'm talking about the direction our country has been going. I'm talking about fascism. I'm talking about genocide. These struggles are not unrelated, and fighting them is all of our responsibility. These are terrifying things. My heart is pounding in my chest. But now here we are, WorldPride. Look around. We are not alone. We will not be silenced. We will not be driven into hiding. We are part of a history of queer survival that stretches not only into the past, but also far, far into the future. And I believe that we will do better than just survive. I believe that we will win. I know we will. Happy Pride. Thank you. Free Palestine.
Please welcome activist and comedian Mimi Gonzalez.
Okay, doing Instagram Live for the first time in my life. Lots of things to know. Let's just say, I think I broke it. Whatever. I bet it's because I represent the elders here in intergenerational pride. It's a thing. So I want to start with you by singing to you one of our old anthems. And some of you will recognize this, and some of you youngers know this too. But I've changed it just a little bit. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept wondering, what in the world are they thinking? DC for WorldPride? Consider this country's leader who wants to rid the world of us. Even he's a little queer, having just broken up with Musk. But here we stand, gay boys, lesbians, and trans, look around the rainbow, we're all holding hands, so much love and unity, so much power when we're one. There's no stopping all of us, our love outshines the sun. Go on now, go, get out my way, cause I'm eternally and ever gonna be gay, 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 gay. Gay, 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 gay. 32 years ago, at the 93 March on Washington, Urvashi Bond stood on that stage and delivered an iconic speech declaring our movement was about love and freedom. The freedom to love one another. Look at you. Look at all of you. You came. You're here because you came. I was afraid. I was obeying in advance out of fear. I wasn't going to come. I really was afraid to come to DC. But look what happened. Look at the march. Look at the parade. Look at the march that's going to happen. Look at all of you here. You're a parade of queers, allies, and dears. We are stronger together. We are stronger together, and we are here to announce that we're free to love, and we're free to love ourselves. And there's the problem. Their hatred of us is a projection of how much they hate themselves. We love each other and we love ourselves, and that's a revolution. This Pride's theme is free to be me. That's what everyone under this rainbow umbrella are here on the planet to do. But the queerdos, we play a special role in humanity's story of evolution. Transgender, non-binary people are at the next level, teaching all of us liberation from gender roles. And the shifting of something as simple as pronouns has shifted thinking, pushing our species to grow. That scares holy hell into people afraid of real liberty. So they wage what they call culture wars and claim this place is theirs. I have a message for them. You're free to practice your faith on each other, because the Constitution guarantees us all freedom from religion. Because it's not your country. And it's not my country. It's our country. That's the pronoun that will save us all. The pronoun we need now, the fourth person plural. We, us, ours. We, us, ours. We, us, ours. Thank you.
And now from Spain, please welcome Senator Carla Antonelli.
Today we are here to tell the world, enough with the politics of hate. We say to Trump, to Milei, to Orban, to Erdogan, Meloni, Abascal, and the other Putins of this planet.
Hermanas, hermanas, lo de ayer no fue un sueño, lo de ayer fue una realidad. Podemos sacar a las calles a cientos de miles de personas.
Sisters, yesterday was not a dream. Yesterday was a reality. We can bring hundreds of thousands of people out onto the streets.
¡Más allá de transfobia! ¡Más allá de LGBTQ-fobia!
No more transphobia. No more LGBTQIA+ phobia.
Las personas transgender que se han convertido en la realidad. Eso es insoportable. Es inadmisible que el odio, la persecución y la señalización de las personas transgénero se haya convertido en algo cotidiano, en la normalidad, en lo del día a día.
y en el aire que respiramos cada día.
It is unbearable, it is unacceptable that hatred, persecution, and targeting of transgender people has become the norm, a daily occurrence, part of the air we breathe every day.
Igualmente, pedimos el fin de las deportaciones masivas de inmigrantes.
We also call for an end to mass deportations of migrants.
Acabar con las persecuciones políticas.
An end to political persecution.
Hoy también estamos aquí para pedir la derogación de los cientos de leyes LGBTQ+, que se han aprobado aquí en Estados Unidos en los últimos años y en todo el mundo.
Today we are also here to call for the repeal of the hundreds of anti-LGBTQIA+ laws that have been passed in recent years here in the United States and around the world.
Pedimos que cese la persecución hacia nuestras hermanas trans en Estados Unidos, a sus vidas, a sus existencias y el derecho a su dignidad y ver reconocida su identidad en sus documentos.
We call for an end to the persecution of our trans siblings in the United States, for their lives, their very existence, their right to their dignity, and to see their identity recognized in their official documents.
Más allá de humillaciones.
No more humiliation.
Hermanas, hermanos, hermanes trans, no estáis solas, que lo sepáis. El mundo os observa y no os vamos a abandonar nunca.
Trans sisters, brothers, and siblings, you are not alone. The world is watching you, and we will not abandon you ever.
El mundo tiene que abrir los ojos ante esta miserable cortina de humo que han construido sobre nuestras vidas, sobre nuestras existencias. La derecha, las ultraderechas, solo para tapar sus miserias y las verdaderas políticas que ejecutan de forma paralela.
The world must open its eyes to this miserable smokescreen that the right and the far right have constructed about our lives, just to cover up their miseries and the actual policies that they carry out in parallel.
No, hermanas, no. No vamos a volver a los márgenes. Gritemos y alcemos todas nuestras voces hasta que el ruido se les haga absolutamente insoportable.
No, my sisters, no, we will not return to the margins. Let us shout and raise our voices until the noise is deafening.
Inevitablemente estamos aquí y no lo puedo evitar. El lugar donde habló Martin Luther King.
I can't help but mention that we are here where Martin Luther King Jr. spoke.
Para deciros que lo de ayer no fue un sueño. Volveremos a sacar a cientos de miles de personas a las calles si hace falta y cuando haga falta.
No, yesterday was not a dream. We will bring hundreds of thousands of people out onto the streets again if necessary.
¡Levántate, Washington! ¡Arriba, Washington!
Rise up!
Now, please welcome Cal Robinson, the president of the Human Rights Campaign and the Human Rights Campaign Foundation.
Hey! What's up, WorldPride? Oh, I need more than that. What's up, WorldPride? Yes! I'm Kelly Robinson. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm proud to serve as president of the Human Rights Campaign, y'all. Where are my queer folks at today? Yes! Where are my trans folks at today? Where are my HRC folks at today? Look, I came here to step in this historic place to make one thing clear. I am black, I am queer, I'm a mama, and I ain't going anywhere. Lesbian, gay, bi, queer, and trans folks, we are here, and we are not going anywhere. HRC is 3.6 million members strong, and we sure as hell are not going anywhere, y'all. We are not here to just be tolerated. We're not here to just be included. We are here on this mall to let it be known that we are taking back our power, y'all. You know, it has never been more important for us to stand together as one global community, as one global LGBTQ plus community. Look, y'all, I'm a new mama for the second time. Yeah, she just dropped a baby, y'all. Just 6 weeks ago, my wife and I had our second child. We had a little baby girl. And every time I look at my wife, every time I look at our kids, I'm reminded that the future we're fighting for, it's not some distant dream or distant reality. It's happening right now. It is right here. And we don't have a second to waste. But the great Ella Baker once said, "We who believe in freedom cannot rest." Oh, I gotta say that one more time for somebody in the back. We who believe in freedom, we cannot rest. And I'm not willing to rest while trans lives are under attack. I'm not willing to rest while we're being persecuted across the globe. I'm not willing to rest while ICE is showing up and trying to disappear us. I'm not willing to rest while Andrew is in custody. I'm not willing to rest, and you should not be either, y'all. This is one of those times where we've got to remember who the hell we are. We are the descendants of activists and hellraisers, of strategists and revolutionaries, y'all. Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera and Harvey Milk, we are their descendants. And that's why we have to be clear that Pride has always been a protest, a call to action, and this rainbow flag that we wave, it's not just personal, it's political too, y'all. It's a promise that we are going to fight back, because one thing is clear, these colors we wear, they don't run, y'all. We don't run from bigots, we don't run from tyrants, and we certainly don't run from people like Donald Trump and Elon Musk. These colors don't run, somebody say it. These colors don't run. These colors don't run. These colors don't run. One more time. These colors don't run. So y'all, if you've got a flag to wave, you gotta fly it high. If you've got power, I need you to use it. And if you've got a voice, I want to hear it right now, y'all. Happy Pride. Let's show them what we're made of.
Please welcome advocate, author, speaker, and Capital Pride Alliance board member, Taylor Chandler.
Hello, my beautiful, powerful people. I'm Taylor Leanne Chandler, an intersex woman and a proud member of the transgender community. And today, I'm here not to whisper, not to beg, but to roar! Because we are done being polite about our existence. We are done asking for dignity. We are done watching our rights be signed away by cowards, hiding behind hate-filled rhetoric and executive orders. And yes, I'm talking about Donald Trump. This man used his power to demonize us, to strip transgender troops of their honor, to take away health care, and to take away people from their schooling. Hang on one sec. His executive orders weren't just policies, they were weapons. They were fear wrapped in a suit and signed with a sneer. But hear me now, we are not afraid. We are not going back into the shadows. We are not shrinking to make cis comfort more important than our survival. I was born intersex. I've been told my body is wrong, my truth is too loud, my identity is too complicated. But let me tell you, our existence is not a problem to be fixed. It's a power to be reckoned with. Trans and intersex people deserve equity. We deserve justice. We deserve health care that affirms us, not erases us. We deserve schools that protect us, not police us. And we will keep showing up louder, prouder, and more united than ever. To the lawmakers trying to legislate us out of existence, I hope you hear us. We are not going away. Your hate will not win. Your cruelty will not break us. We are rising. With every step, every voice, every vote, we will never be erased. Say it with me. We are here. We are valid. We are unstoppable. Thank you so much. My name is Taylor Leanne Chandler.
Please welcome Dijon Campbell, the Senior Manager for Program Events at Family Equity.
WorldPride, what's going on? Oh, come on. WorldPride, what is going on? Well, I'm so glad to be here. Y'all didn't just show up, y'all have showed out. Give yourselves a big round of applause for coming out here today. My name is Dijon Campbell. I'm the Senior Manager of Program Events at Family Equality, and it really is an honor to be here today. Now, I have to admit, when I heard that this year's theme was the fabric of freedom, it stopped me. Because that's just not a nice phrase, that is the truth. Now, I'm black, and I'm queer. And yeah, come on, how about that? Yeah. And as a black queer person, I come from a people who have always used the fabric to speak when words weren't safe. We wore our resistance. We wrapped ourselves in legacy. We turned style into statement. Whether it was for survival or protest or celebration, we make the cloth do the talking. Can I get an amen? Because here's the reality. Fabric doesn't just cover you. It tells a story. It shows who you are. And for LGBTQ plus folks, especially those who are raising families, that fabric has been stretched. And that fabric has been patched. And that fabric has sometimes been ripped wide open. But damn it, we mend. We stitch. We keep going. We don't just survive, we remake ourselves. And at Family Equality, I get to work with LGBTQ plus families all across the country, around the world, parents and kids and chosen family, some who are just getting started, others who've been doing this work longer than I've been alive.
And what holds us together is the belief and the fact that every single family deserves to be seen, protected, and celebrated. Yeah. And let's be real. Can I get real for a second? All right, good. These past few years have tested that. Hell, these past few months have tested that. These past few weeks have tested that. Some folks are trying really hard to make us disappear, get rid of us, erase us. But here we are, loud, present, unapologetic. Here we are choosing joy and choosing each other and choosing to build. Like at Family Week in Provincetown, an event I get to oversee. It's hey, Family Week, come on. I bet see you, okay. It's the largest gathering of LGBTQ plus families in the world. Hundreds of families on the beach and in streets fully themselves, laughing and learning and dancing and parenting out loud. That is what freedom looks like. Freedom is raising your kids without fear. Freedom is showing up as your full self at the school pickup line. Yeah. Freedom is not having to explain your family to every single stranger in the grocery store. Somebody shout freedom. Come on, shout freedom. So if you are wondering how to help, support organizations like Family Equality. If you want to help, use your voice. If you want to help, share your platform. If you want to help, widen your circle. Because the reality is the fabric of our freedom is made from all of us. It sits together in the community, across identities. And it's pulling in the same direction, and that direction is forward. So I want to thank you. Thank you for showing up. I want to thank you for not giving up. Thank you for continuing to build your family even when the world tries to tear us down. Thank you for standing up to homophobia and to transphobia. Thank you for keeping your eyes on the prize. Thank you for being who you are. It's going to take each of us, in our boldness, in our beauty, in our uniqueness to win this fight. Now I need y'all to help me. Say together. I said say together. Say together. Together we will build. Somebody say together. Together we will win. Somebody say together. Together we will succeed. Somebody say together. Together we will have equality for all. One more time, say together. Together, David, we will overcome. Happy WorldPride. Thank you so much. Have a great
Please welcome international expert on transgender and gender-expansive healthcare policy, Paula Nira.
Hi folks, happy WorldPride. I'm Paula Nira. Along with the late Senator Dianne Feinstein, I am now the sponsor of the United States naval ship Harvey Milk. Many of us are afraid, and we should be. But in these difficult times, we got to remember that courage is not the absence of fear. It's knowing that we're afraid, but still moving forward. Let's be courageous together. The anniversary of the Allied landing in Normandy on D-Day, this past Friday, is a reminder that the fight against oppression is global. As I look out on all of you here at the steps of the Lincoln Memorial where Dr. King gave his I Have a Dream speech, I'm inspired by your courage, and I'm instilled with hope as we together stand in resolute defiance in the name of freedom, liberty, equality, and human rights. We stand against totalitarianism wherever it seeks to oppress and erase our community and so many other people around the globe. In Russia, in Hungary, in Africa, in the United Kingdom, and here in good old USA. On what would have been Harvey Milk's 55th birthday, I graduated from the Naval Academy in 1985, and that day I swore an oath. I swore that I would support and defend the Constitution to rename the USNS Harvey Milk. The ship is the second ship in the John Lewis class, where every ship is named for a civil rights leader. When I christened the ship in 2021, I named the ship on behalf of the United States of America, in its name, in all of our names. Today, we face an administration that embraces only those who share its worldview. One grounded in ignorance and bigotry, and exploiting the fears and prejudices of its partisan base. Renaming ships such as the Harvey Milk, the Thurgood Marshall, the Dolores Huerta, the Harriet Tubman, the Cesar Chavez, the Medgar Evers, the Lucy Stone, and the Ruth Bader Ginsburg is a petty and small-minded act that does nothing to enhance our military readiness. Rather, it sends a message to all minority groups that our history is unimportant, our service is not valued, and our presence is not welcome. In his Gettysburg Address, Abraham Lincoln gave a charge to us. We must be resolved to ensure that the sacrifices of those who came before us in defense of freedom and liberty were not in vain. We must be committed to giving our nation, our world, a new birth of freedom. By ensuring that governments of the people, by the people, for the people, for all of the people endure. And we are united in answering that charge. While the minions of tyranny may feel ascendant, they will lose. Evil may win battles, it cannot win wars. Tyrants are always vanquished when freedom-loving people stand united in resolve. We will prevail, no matter how long it takes. We will keep the faith. In the highest traditions of my Navy, I too intend to sail in harm's way, to defend our freedoms, to defend our values, to defend our human dignity. And I invite each of you to sail with me.
Please welcome Evan Lowe, the President and CEO of the LGBTQ+ Victory Institute and Victory Fund.
Hello, WorldPride. My name is Evan Lowe, and I serve as President and CEO of the LGBTQ+ Victory Fund and LGBTQ+ Victory Institute. Our mission at our Victory family is to ensure LGBTQ+ representation in appointed and elected office. And it's also quite appropriate to recognize our hero and to say his name, Harvey Milk. And the acknowledgement of Stuart Milk, continuing his legacy of service and elected office. Now, while it might feel like shadows have stretched across the world, especially here in the United States, we refuse to be defined by darkness. We completely reject the hateful tyrants and remember the wisdom of a true king. Remember what Dr. Martin Luther King taught the world, which was what? Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Look at this love here today. Now, friends, some sad and insecure people take issue with that. They try to offer a darkness of division and hate, hoping to mislead those yearning for solutions. They aim their shadows of hatred at our trans family, trying to distract and confuse. But we know that hate is no answer, and that scapegoating is a hollow trick. Now we, more than any community, understand that the true light shines brightest when it is the most fabulous rainbow. And the mission of our LGBTQ plus Victory Fund is clear: to elect LGBTQ leaders into office everywhere. And we have much to celebrate this pride. Just last night, we elected Gina Ortiz-Jones to become the mayor of San Antonio, Texas. The first openly LGBT person to be elected in the city of San Antonio, Texas. Now, why is this important, friends? Because qualified, dedicated, equality-minded, and openly LGBTQ plus leaders inherently understand that the only way genuinely to dispel darkness is through solutions that create room and the light for everyone, the unprivileged and the privileged alike. And because the need for this light touches every corner of the globe, from small towns to big cities, we need leaders in every level of government. Now, we still may be on the journey to full victory, but our resolve is unwavering. We will continue to demand rights that fiercely protect our freedoms. And we won't just simply ask for a seat at the table. We will build more tables, ensuring that there's room for everyone. And most importantly, we will never leave anyone behind. Now, friends, look at our global queer family. How fabulous and how beautiful it is here today. Look at the vibrance of LGBTQ leadership around the world here on our national mall. We're blessed, so blessed, with a living reminder that LGBTQ leaders are doing the hard work necessary everywhere on this planet. We're blessed with LGBTQ plus leaders in Latin America, in the Caribbean, in Africa, in Asia, and in Europe, and everywhere in between. And in every country, every culture, every region, you will find our beautiful LGBTQ plus community, living the dignity with the courage and the love of our convictions. And I see so many of you here today. And with every act of defiance, we move one step closer to love and to thrive without the marginalization and oppression. One step closer to a world where love is never a dirty word. And one step closer to victory. So, friends, what are we going to do? We're going to vote. So what are we going to do? I'm
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What are we gonna do? One more time, what are we gonna do? And also, all of you are going to run for office. So what are we gonna do? Not as many run for office, I heard that. You said yes to voting, but what are we gonna do? Run for office. What are we gonna do? Now be careful. I saw all of you say run for office, and I'm keeping track of your faces because I will recruit each and every one of you and answer your call for running for office. Thank you so very much. Let's celebrate victory. Thank you.
Please welcome actor and advocate Brian Michael Smith.
What it do, WorldPride? So when I said we are, you said here. We are. We are. We are. We are. That's right. That's right. Good afternoon, good morning. I don't know what time it is. I've been up since yesterday, and I'm here, just like y'all are here. I'm Brian Michael Smith. I'm a black trans man. That's right. You better woo-woo for that. I'm a filmmaker, I'm an actor, and I am someone who knows what it means to walk into rooms, to walk onto fields, to walk into places that I've been told I shouldn't be there, right? But I've been a pioneer, not necessarily by choice, but by my calling. Now I remember the first time I stepped onto the football field in my high school, on the boys team. Not as a mascot, not as a novelty, but as a player, shoulder to shoulder with my teammates. Now people told me that I couldn't, that I shouldn't, that I was in the wrong place, but I knew who I was, and I knew what I could do. And that same drive stayed with me as I became the first black trans man to be cast as a series regular on network TV, playing Paul Strickland on 911 Lone Star. I appreciate that. And it's with me right here, right now, in this moment, that demands truth, courage, and clarity. Because when you follow your calling, and when you stand fully in your truth, you cannot be used. And I refuse to be used. Now, it is not lost on me that we are gathered here on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, where over 60 years ago, our elders stood here and said, now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Well, now it's our time, because those promises are under attack. Now today's targets are trans people, are queer people, black and brown people, immigrants, women, and it will not stop there. Because it's not just about us, it's about dismantling democracy in and of itself. Now we are living in a time where the courts are being captured, elections are being undermined, the branches of the government are being stripped down. And it's happening in plain sight. And if we don't meet this moment, if we don't speak out, if we don't fight back, we will be used. And I refuse to be used. Now I'm telling you, this is not theoretical, it's not some distant warning, it's happening right now. You see what's happening in Los Angeles. 2 days ago, nearly 4,000 trans service members were stripped of their livelihood as they had to be kicked out of the military because of some ban going into effect. Bullshit! Earlier this year, I met with Daniel Trujillo, a young trans man whose family I connected with through my work at the Human Rights Campaign. They shared their story in the documentary Dad. He's been doing amazing work as a young person, standing in his truth, using his voice and experience with his family to show what love and support means to someone and how far it can carry us into our lives and into our future. Now, Daniel and his family were forced to leave their home in Arizona, not because they wanted to, but because it meant losing access to life-saving care, gender-affirming care. They had to leave behind their community, their school, their sense of safety, because some lawmakers decided that trans kids were easier to target than the real problems. Now, his story is not rare. It's a warning. And it's proof that trans people are being used as scapegoats, as distractions, as political tools. But Daniel is not a prop in someone else's agenda, and neither am I. Because we refuse to be used. Let me hear you say that. We refuse to be used. That's right. Now this tale is as old as America that have been doing this for years. They pit one against the other. First it was free slaves pitted against poor whites. Irish immigrants vilified by Italians. Natives are targeting new companies while corporations are raking in the profits. And now they want working class people to fear trans kids, to hate drag queens, to blame black and brown people for a system that they rigged. But we see through that bullshit. And we will not be divided because we refuse to be used. Now, groups like the architects of Project 2025 are already planning to rewrite the rules. They're trying to erase protections. They're trying to silence dissent. They're trying to centralize power. It's fascism with a budget. And it's fueled by this scapegoating, by turning us against each other so that they can stay powerful and protected. But just like the March of 63 knew, an attack on one is an attack on all. Which is why they did what you're doing today. They showed up with their feet, with their voice, with their blood, and they sharpened the blade of democracy, and they aimed it at injustice. And now it's our turn. So we are going to show up, we are going to vote, we're going to organize, and we are going to rise. We are going to resist every effort to be silenced, to be blamed, to be turned to someone else's fear campaign. Because we refuse to be used. That's right. Now, John Lewis said it best. He said, if any man tells you that he loves America, yet disrespects and denies your rights, he's lying. So let them hear us today, from the Lincoln Memorial to the Capitol. We will not be erased. We will not be divided. We are the fabric of freedom, and we refuse to be used. Thank you.
Now, please welcome Pennsylvania State Representative and DNC Vice Chair Malcolm Kenyatta.
Happy Pride! Happy Pride! So there are moments like this one, that are so defining that we talk about them in parts, before and after. And then there's that dash, that space that we fill with the story that we write together. That dash is what we do or what we fail to do with our moment. In this space between tragedy and triumph, this space between injustice and the change we all desperately need. This space, this moment right now, in between the headlines and the history books. Our moment is one of great peril and possibility. When rights are being clawed back in broad daylight. Where the language of freedom
is being used not to set free, but to bind people up. But if we have learned anything from history, from those who marched before, from those who stood right here on this hollow ground, fighting for a dream, from Stonewall to Seneca Falls, to the Edmund Pettus Bridge, we know that it's in the dash, in this moment, where everything is decided. So now we have to decide to be brave. Not because we are unafraid, but because we won't let fear have the final say. Right now, we decide to become movement builders, to become history shapers. Let me say this as clear as I can. We are not going to trade away anybody's dignity for political convenience. We're not going to do it. We're not going to turn our back on trans and non-binary Americans. We're not going to do it. We're not going to bully kids to score political points, and we're not going to abandon our families when we need each other most. Not now, not in this moment, not in this dash. Because we know that liberty and justice for all has to mean all. But my friends, we're not going to make this moment just about what we are against. This moment also has to be about stating clearly what we are for. We are for schools that teach and teach the full history of this nation. We are for jobs that pay and are backed up by the union. We are for a doctor when you're sick and the ability to afford the prescription when you leave the appointment. We're for homes that you can afford in a neighborhood that is safe, and we are for a country that belongs to all of us. No exceptions, no preconditions, all of us. We are for joy. We are for justice. We are for showing up for one another again and again and again, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. When the story of this moment is written, when they write about what happened in this dash, let them say that we stood up. Let them say that we marched proudly. Let them say that we said clearly, we will not allow this experiment in democracy to die on our watch. And we will, together, bravely, staring in the face of fear, build a country that works for all of us. God bless you. Let's go in.
Now give a warm welcome to a drag queen superstar, Mrs. Kasha Davis.
challenge lobet ani bashin twitchini dash Senator the Hasnandi Sinasha, Benakona Shanigi Ebenai, the Yamahasa, Yedis Kishadoni. So then again, thank you so much. My name is Dee Crank. I'm the proud member of the Navajo Nation, the Diné people. I'm truly honored to stand before you today and have been invited and given permission by the local indigenous people to offer the land acknowledgement. Because I'm not a descendant of the original inhabitants of the land, what is now known as Washington, D.C., I felt it was essential to seek the guidance and consent before speaking on their behalf. I had the privilege of speaking with members of the local indigenous community, and through our conversation, I came to better understand the deep, sacred connection they have with this land, a connection that exists long before colonization. And so, with respect, now I offer the following land acknowledgement on their behalf. We begin with the land, not as the ground beneath, but as grandmother, she who holds our bones, our stories, our steps. We call the four directions east, where the sun rises. May new truths awaken. South, where warmth gathers, may love be fearless. West, where shadows teach, may we heal our wounds. North, where ancestors watch, may we remember their names. The city of Washington, D.C. was built on the stolen and unceded land of the Nachatunk and the Piscataway people. The Nachatunk people are sometimes referred to the Anacostia. The word Anacostia is the name of the European colonization gave and said. Nachatunk means people of where goods traded. It was a trading place for many diverse indigenous people. Piscataway means where the waters blend. The Piscataway people were called Kenawa, or the Konoi, by the Haudenosaunee people. Konoi means below the rapids. Today they are known, I like to be a part of them. Today they are known as the Piscataway Konoi, meaning people of where the waters blend below the rapids. The Piscataway people are still here. The indigenous people across Turtle Island are still here. Just like what this rally is about, I want to take a moment to call for action. This rally is about protecting our fundamental freedoms, freedoms that have always been at risk for indigenous people. Long before many of you recognize these threats, indigenous communities were already resisting marginalization, resisting prosecution, resisting erasure. Our fight for justice and sovereignty is not new, it is ongoing, and we hope for solidarity. My first call to action with all the individuals here is if you are not indigenous, you live on a land with a story that begins long before colonization. And with that truth comes responsibility to learn and acknowledge and to act. You must understand the deep wounds left by colonialism at residential schools and how those legacies still shape indigenous lives today.
Your siblings, for your spouses, for your aunts and uncles and family members, your community members, standing out together in love. Everybody say hello! I would be remiss if I did not say this has been a beautiful weekend spending with the family. My brother here is here in the audience. When I was a little boy, girl, boy, fella, I used to get dressed up in my mom's clothes and he'd be like, what the heck is going on? But he's my best friend and I get to talk to him every day. He's here in support. That's what our allies do. And finally, my mother in heaven taught me something beautiful I want to share with you. In these times of crisis, in this time of inspiration, we need to remember to love ourselves. She told me, every day after you brush your teeth, look into your own beautiful eyes and say, I love you. Because when you love yourself, everything is possible. Thank you so much. Happy WorldPride! There's always time for kindness. Mwah!
Please welcome Raquel Willis, co-founder of the Queer Liberation.
What's up, WorldPride? I just want to do a quick correction. I am a co-founder of the Gender Liberation Movement. Do y'all believe in gender liberation? Do you believe in your power? Can you say you believe in your power? I believe in my power. All right. So I want y'all to know that power that lives inside of you, we gotta harness it, we gotta protect it, we gotta defend it, because people are coming for it, right? And after we party and love on each other for the rest of this month, we gotta continue to fight for liberation for all. So here's the truth, and it's a nasty truth. Our people are facing threats all across the globe, not just here in the U.S. This is a global, coordinated, fascist agenda against our lives, our futures, and our joy. But the good news is that our community, we ain't new to this. We true to this, y'all. And we're here because of our ferocious ancestors and transcestors and elders who didn't back down. They rose up, they spoke up, and they acted up. Are y'all gonna act up with me? So we live for those Stonewall warriors. We live for Marsha and Sylvia and Jackie and Stormay and so many folks who said no more to policing and brutality, no more to state violence, no more to a culture of shame, indignity, and death. They said yes to a culture of love, light, authenticity, and oh yes, power. So can you say it? I believe in my power. I also want to say that we're strongest as a community when we move and fight together. So there's none of this nonsense about leaving the trans community behind. We hear it from the conservatives who want to pit us against each other. We hear it from the Democrats who continue to be spineless in so many ways. And we got a few we can depend on, but that party, honey, we got some deep work to do. But I want y'all to remember that trans folks are the backbone of all of this. So many groups that get forgotten today are the backbone of this. Our sex workers, our street queens, those who are houseless and disabled, our elders, our youth, our activists and protesters on the street almost every week are the backbone of all of this. So, are y'all gonna act up? Because we got a lot of threats after us, and we have to act up in radical defiance. We gotta fight for bodily autonomy for everybody. Because we know those who are trying to ban abortion and repro justice are the same ones trying to ban gender-affirming care. And we know that no matter what the Supreme Court says when this ruling comes down from U.S. v. Scametti this month, where we are having to debate about whether young trans people can access gender-affirming care, we know that no matter what any crooked person says, we got us. So we're going to fight for our trans youth to have access to the care that they deserve. And if you don't understand that care, get to reading, y'all. So, let me end here. In every corner of the globe, there is beautiful queer and trans brilliance. From Georgia, my home state, in the South, to New York, to Brazil and Mexico, from Lebanon to Poland and Uganda, from Sudan to the Congo, and oh yes, to that free Palestine we fight for. And we will fight for every single one of our people, because as a wise, wise black queen named Marsha P. Johnson once said, there is no pride for some of us without liberation for all of us. So I ask you one more time, do you believe in your power? Say it, I believe in my power. All right, take it home and share it. Thank you.
From St. Lucia, please welcome activist Tynetta McCoy.
I'm chasing paradise.
I am a young Caribbean activist from St. Kitts and Nevis. I am the founder and executive director of SKN Alliance, working tirelessly to fight for LGBT+ rights and equality in our region. Recently, we achieved a landmark victory in our court, challenged successfully shut down the burglar in the Federation. A law rooted in discrimination